Greetings everyone from beautiful Pennsylvania. This is Brett and welcome to another episode of TopoRanger. Behind me, what you see is the Normanwood Bridge. And that can mean only one thing. We're at the Holtwood Gorge. And today I'm going to take you and show you a very, very interesting feature. We're hunting for a giant pothole, evidence of ice age mega floods right here in Pennsylvania, right here in the Susquehanna River, all right? So let's go do it. So this is Peavine Island. This is the only island in the gorge, in the archipelago, the Holtwood archipelago, whatever you want to call it. Wildcat, crow, bear, deep water. These are all islands in the Holtwood Gorge. Peavine Island is the only one of those islands that's actually in York County, and it's just based upon a fluke of topography that this island is considered to be in York County. Looking at old canal ruins here. So what we have to do to reach this pothole is we have to walk or hike from the northern tip to the southern tip, or downstream end of Peavine Island. It's about a 2-mile hike there and back from where I parked at Lock 12. Looks like somebody's working on a structure here. This location is called the Lagoon. It's a popular swimming hole during the summer. It's got a sand beach, right? Which in this case probably has a lot of coal dust in it, or not dust, but coal fragments and schist. Everything down here in the gorge is schist, and the schist breaks down into this nice sand. It has some dirt in it too, earth I'm sure, but there's a lot of sand. And the dark stuff I think is coal. There's a good chance that that's coal. And here's the swimming area associated with the lagoon. I can see tire tracks, bike tracks here. And here's the gorge. Wildcat Island, Crow Island, Peavine Island. And then after Crow, you have Upper Bear, Lower Bear. On the other side, you have Deepwater Island and other islands. I don't even know all the names of these islands, because I'm sure there are names associated with some of these islands that are not on not on Google Maps, right? But those are the main ones. Those are the heavy hitters. Those are the biggest, most prominent, historically named islands in this part of the gorge. The last time I was here to make a video for TopoRanger was in the episode Run to the Hills. Now in that episode, I was almost on the other side of the gorge, and I heard this alarm go off, and I very rapidly exited the gorge, not knowing exactly what was going on. It's a great episode. It's my most popular video in terms of views, so if you want to, I'll put a link up to that right here. And in that episode, I wind up here and I take note of that cave right there, and I say, oh, what's that cave? But at that point I did not stay. I just kept going. Wow, this is quite a setup. See, this wasn't here last time. That looks like almost like a teepee kind of thing. You got logs, fire pit. Here's a table. I imagine this is some kind of cooking table. It's a big piece of the schist. And oftentimes, if you come down here in the summer, you know, during the peak season, you can hear people jumping and splashing, hooting, hollering, that kind of thing, having a good time down here. This channel here is the other than the big one on the Lancaster side, this is kind of like the biggest, one of the biggest channels cut through the schist here. That's Peavine. We're going down there. So I don't know if we should walk this way or if we should go back into the island, find a trail. There's trails that just run all throughout these islands. So that's what we're going to try to figure out. But the sun is out and the water looks like it is going to be low enough. It's actually kind of clear. Huh. All right, let's head down river. All right, we're up on that cliff above the lagoon. So we were just right down there. That's the lagoon beach. And this is the trail that'll take us along the edge of Peavine Island to the giant pothole. If we don't get lost or get injured on the way. There's the Norman Wood Bridge, 200 feet high. We're still on the top half of Peavine Island, which is basically split in two, but it is the same island. But we're up in elevation a little bit right now, so we get a little bit of a better view. The vultures are out, as always. This cut right here, this was the path I took over to Deepwater Island. That's Lancaster County. The water is definitely higher than it was during that episode, but not much. So I think we might be in luck as far as being able to get right up into this pothole. Check this out though. You got the rocky schist, you have all these pine needles, and you have a root system. Somebody got a makeshift fire pit between two slices of rock. I mean, this is really, if you like rocky things and rocky islands and little secret coves, potholes, sculpted rock, bald eagles, vultures, skinks. I saw a skink down here once. I mean, whatever. This is really a paradise, really. Or kayaking, right? Kayaking, whatever, exploration, research. This is an awesome place to come. This is Crow Island right here. And then soon we'll see Bear Island, Upper Bear Island. But I guess this isn't going to be a Peavine Island video too, because it's hard to walk through here and go straight to the pothole and just ignore everything, because it's really nice. And here we have an even better overlook here. And here's the main channel. I call it the Grand Canal, for lack of any better name. It's right there. Upper Bear and Lower Bear are the biggest islands in the Holtwood archipelago, by far. I've never been to either of them, although I have been to Crow, I have been to Wildcat. So the question I'm asking myself right now is, perhaps it might be a good idea. Is it a good idea to go up to the top of the island, cut down the spine of it, the center ridge, or follow this path along the coast here? Because soon we're going to hit the point at which we have to climb over to the southern half of Peavine Island. Here's yet another spot to hang out. Let's see what kind of view this gives us. We're looking at about a 30-foot drop to the river. There you go. Now you're getting a farther view down there. There is a pothole here, not the one we're going to today. It's another one. It's on that side of Bear Island, I think Upper Bear Island. I've seen pictures of it, only a couple, and it's pretty big. You jump down into the water and then you swim out through a natural arch. So this pothole connects to an arch, so it's down and through, and it's somewhere right around here, I think. I've never been to it, but that's one of my goals. But I would like to find it this summer. And here you can get a real sense of the different layers. I'll zoom in while I'm editing this area right here. You can see the light brown. That's one strath. The top of that island constitutes another strath, another terrace. And then on this island, I think there's yet another terrace up higher. It's nice to see that sign. I'm glad somebody took the time to put that sign up there, because sometimes this place does get kind of junked up. Okay, we're at another lagoon type of spot here, looking across to the southern half, or the downstream half of Peavine Island right here. You can see there's some big pothole action right there. It's like a little gravel beach here. We got this, we got a rope going across, and then I got a rope attached to the rope. It's just knots, although maybe there's a carabiner up there. I don't think so. And I guess this thing, I guess you swing on that, but where do you stand? I guess right here. Maybe they go from here. The water is really not deep enough for that right now, though. And here's another one. Huh. I always wonder about stuff like this, like how close to breaking is that rope, right? You never know until you try, right? Just kidding. This is the trail. I think it's going to take us over there. So we're now standing in the gap between the two halves of the island. Upstream half, the big cliffs over here. Downstream half. I'm still figuring out. I think right there is a trail. You know, up there and then down. We're not that far. I wanted to show you guys this though. So we're on schist. Look how undercut this is. Is this two pieces of rock or one? Makes you wonder how this was gorged out like that, right? It could also be that this and this were one part, and that it got broken, and then the force of the water lifted this half up, and it wasn't actually excavated by erosion. It was just forced up by water. I mean, who knows?